Hi everyone, this is Pastor Joe. Just wanted to give you an update with what's going on with our church, with the coronavirus and all of the news that's been coming out. If you weren't paying attention today, Governor DeWine, he closed a lot of different organizations, but specifically he closed fitness centers. That is relevant to us at Covenant Church because we meet at a YMCA, so we will no longer be able to meet at the Y. Also, President Trump had issued a call, even though it's not law, that groups of people should gather with no more than 10 or more people. So with both of those current bans taking place, after much prayer and consideration, the elders, we have decided to suspend our in-person Sunday morning worship gatherings for the foreseeable future. That doesn't mean that we're going to suspend worship. We're just not going to be able to do it as a group in person. So, and I want to encourage this and stress this as I did in the letter I had sent out. We're not doing this out of fear. We're doing it out of wisdom and discernment and love for our brothers and sisters, that we want to keep people safe and we don't want to waste those opportunities. So with that being said, we will not be meeting. However, we do live in a glorious day where there is technology abounding, and rather than using this time of separation to lead to isolation as a church, we're going to actually capitalize and mobilize it, and we are going to draw closer to one another through technology. We'll be doing several things. One, on Sunday, we will be live streaming. I know this past week was the first time we did it. We did it through Facebook. I'm not sure if we will be using exclusively Facebook this time. We're looking at other possibilities since not everybody uses Facebook. But we will be live streaming, and we'll continue to strive to really do a good job of that, as we'll stream both the worship and the preaching of the word. We're also experimenting with lots of small group formats. We've looked at some apps like Zoom, and we're going to look for ways to do life group that way, Sunday school classes, even one-on-one or one-on-two Bible study through that format. I think there's a lot of potential. I know the women's study is going to be doing something similar to that. I'm even looking at having a weekly Monday study that I'm going to do following up Sunday's sermon that we'll have each week. And maybe even have one in the morning and one in the evening, since your schedules are varying. Still looking for ways for us to serve in the community still, because there are needs, specifically with feeding kids that are not in school now, but use school as a place where they got to eat. So I've been talking to partnerships with Mosaic. At the same time, I'm trying to limit how much time we're spending out in the community. So trying to find a balance between those two. But the one thing I want to encourage before I sign off in this brief video with you all is, I know a lot of us, and I'm speaking for myself, I'm preaching to the choir, all of this change has really intensified the anxiety. You start thinking about it, you start worrying, it is overwhelming. And I want to just point you to 1 Peter chapter 5. If you know the context of 1 Peter, he is writing to a group of Christians that are scattered through the area. He even calls them aliens and strangers, and they are enduring persecution and hardship to a great degree, and yet he encourages them in the midst of all of that, one, to honor the emperor, which was really shocking since their emperor was Nero and he was a bad guy. But then you get to 1 Peter chapter 5, and he says a statement that I think is so relevant for you and I. He says, "Cast all of your anxiety upon him because he cares for you." So I want to encourage you tonight. The idea of casting is taking something that is on you and putting it on someone or away from you. And what he's saying is, all this anxiety, all the fear, all the worry that you and I are battling with right now, as we see the effects of the coronavirus and how it's really changing our lives forever, that we would just cast our anxiety, that we would throw it upon the Lord. And we do that because he cares for us. Paul even says in Philippians that as we do that, he's going to give us the peace that surpasses all understanding. So my encouraging word for you tonight is to not wallow in self-pity and fear and worry and anxiety, but cast it upon the Lord because he cares for you. He loves you. He knows what he's doing, and he is going to work all of this for our good and his glory. I will be reaching out to you in the days and weeks to come with more and more details of how we are going to connect as a local church body. I love you all. Have a good night. Bye.